Conscious collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, changemakers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
What up, y'all? This is Emily.
And I'm Lisa. And here with us today is Meredith from Sapphire AV Experts. Hey, Meredith.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yay.
Hey,
and the three of us are like the perfect trifecta for the conscious collaboration. I feel it's good energy already.
Yay.
Yeah. So, Meredith, you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure.
Okay.
I own Sapphire Audio Video Experts, and we are all things low voltage. So here in St. Petersburg, we cover a lot of construction sites and multifamily buildings, restaurants, things of that nature, covering everything that's audio and video. So surveillance cameras, access control, Wi-Fi networking, audio, home theaters, anything of that nature.
I love that. And
Cool.
your space is so cool. It's so neat. Her studio space that she works out of, I've been to some of our friends have gathered there, and we did a little hangout, a little wine, right?
Yeah, a little happy hour.
And it's just such a great space that you have, and it's very feng shui. There's lots of things that you can play with in there, and that demonstrates all the things that you can do. And I think you're just like, we were just talking before we hit record about the uniqueness of being an entrepreneur, and especially in this space and where we live. And, it takes a lot of grit and perseverance, and you're just making it happen.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm with my husband. So we partner together, which is a whole nother topic, right? How to work with your spouse. But yeah, St. Pete is just such a fabulous city. I feel like it has given us this amazing life, and I'm so grateful for it. The people here are very unique, and they're so willing to support the local businesses, which is so important.
Yeah.
How long have you been in business with Sapphire?
10 years.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Why'd
You're
you
in
choose
an
the name
elite
Sapphire?
crew.
Yeah.
Why the name Sapphire?
It's my birthstone.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah.
I never knew that story.
Yes, yeah. My husband had was doing audio video stuff for a long time, and when one of my companies 10 years ago was it was healthcare related, and when Obamacare came into play, it kind of messed everything up, and so I saw the writing on the wall that business wasn't going to be as successful as it was. So I was looking for something else to kind of create, and there was so much growth happening in St. Pete, and it was killing me that he wasn't a part of it. But he doesn't love the operations or the sales side or any of that nature. He's the tech, very integral, very detail-oriented person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I decided to kind of invent and create Sapphire, so that we could start getting involved in the community in that manner.
What are the properties of Sapphire? Do either of you know?
I don't.
I mean, in feng shui, it's like, so in feng shui, that like sapphire color, that deep dark like blue, is very much like life path, journey, and career related.
Ooh, I love that.
So I didn't know if there were other properties, that are ascribed to a sapphire, but I know it's a soft gemstone. So
The heart of the ocean. That's what I think about.
while it looks very like strong, it scratches very easily. I know a little bit of that from gemology, but it's really interesting that you chose that, being very like.
Can you get it wet, or is it like selenite where it dissolves?
You can get it wet, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a ton of jewelry with sapphires on it. Yeah, I always loved it. Blue's my favorite color. I don't know that, but we got to look into what sapphire is. I love that there's like a meaning behind all that.
Yes, yeah. The color is attributed
What
to
month? What month is it?
September.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my daughter's.
Oh, nice. What
I should have
day
known
is
that.
she? I know. What day
September
is she?
5th.
That's me.
No way!
Yeah. I knew there was something going on there.
I feel bad, like I should have known what month Sapphire was for then.
Ah,
Yeah,
no.
that's so cool.
No,
Yeah,
you do.
9/5/15.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 73, so I got a little bit on
Yeah,
her right
few
there.
years
But
difference. She's
yeah,
8, but
September 5th. I love it.
sweet Virgos.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very
That's
cute.
so
Yeah.
funny.
I love that. Yeah, we love the Virgos.
God bless.
But anyway, so we're so happy that you could be here because besides us just like being able to riff so naturally, and I knew you guys would really hit it off. So much in common. Like there's so much that the three of us have in common. I don't know where to begin, but Emily and I have put on hold for a while our Ask Us Anything episode. And so we thought this would be really great to have you here, Meredith, because you have listened to quite a few of our episodes. You know me personally from hanging out in our business groups. And also you're cooking up your own podcast idea. So this is a great opportunity for you to try on the podcasting hat and maybe like throw out some questions, like ask us anything.
My first thing is, why did you guys get started doing this?
Emily, you want to start first?
Yeah. Well, so Lisa's been training with me for now over 3 years.
I can't tell you. I have no
We're
concept.
coming up on 4.
I think it's 4.
Are
because-
we? Wow. We're coming up on 4 years. Yeah.
So it was after, it was during COVID.
Right
Yeah.
after. Yeah. Wow. So, we would train together, and then our hostess that we had with us in the beginning, I was also training her, and we'd kind of overlap a lot of times, and we'd just end up in these wild conversations. And we just said, we should really start recording this. And we did. Lisa and I had each recently been on a podcast of another colleague of ours, and kind of took some starting pointers and information from him to get us going. And we just started showing up every week at this time, and just creating content. And here we are now, over 2 years later, just talking about the stuff that we talk about, really.
Yeah. For our own sake, because a lot of times we were like, man, we should have recorded that because it was so good. We toyed around a lot too with having a camera in the studio to like capture the actual conversations, but logistically that wouldn't make a very good podcast, but probably very entertaining content. So
a reality show, perhaps. But
I mean, we had some pretty funny things happen.
Some stuff should remain a mystery.
Yeah. That's what Emily says. But yeah, I mean, and it's interesting because I think without, we have always loved having a third person in conversations. And Michelle, who was one of the founders with us, when she came into the studio, really just kind of like, we were, I think, kind of shy and didn't talk about deep topics until Michelle came in, and she was just like a faucet of talking. And, as soon as she said the word vortex, I knew like, okay, here we go. And it was all, just deep conversations. Love to talk about things that, Emily would talk about whatever she was into with training and yoga. And it kind of synced up with what I was into with feng shui. And so it made this like really pretty conversation with a bow on it. Like it always tied back together. So we realized those things that we had in common were like the synchronicities and the commonalities that we shared, just, not just by being business owners and moms and, but also just like the things that we studied, they work together. So it's kind of like, ooh, we should put our minds together. Like that's kind of like a missing link. Like a lot of people spend a lot of focus on their bodies and they don't think about the mindset.
Right.
And they don't think about the environment, and they don't think about that being related to how things are showing up in their business. But we
and a lot of people put put all of that energy also on the other side of the coin into, mind mediated matters, or put it all into, their business and work, and, consider their bodies to be secondary as well.
And it's really a trifecta. I mean, like, I needed to focus for something this morning, so I did yoga, a 24-minute yoga this morning, just so that I could get my head clear, just so that I could start and ground myself, so that I could get ready for my day, because I had like 16 different, I was running with my head cut off, right? So, I mean,
Absolutely.
it really is a combination. I mean, I know if I have a big week coming up where I have a lot going on, I am making sure that I'm sleeping the best I can. I am eating healthy when I can, right? Like, I'm not trying to be perfect, but anytime I can choose healthy, I choose healthy, and I'm trying to work out, right? That is what is going to give you your best self when you go to make those good decisions. At least it does for me.
Absolutely. When the fittest and healthiest version of ourselves is always going to be the best entrepreneur, the best parent, the best partner in business or relationship. All of your roles will be optimized if you are fit and healthy, and the opposite is also true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the podcast is like a good accountability, for us. And then from what we're hearing of people that who listen to us and say that was the perfect topic for the right, exact right moment. I needed to hear that. So it's, it seems to be we're a bit of spiritualists, so we do tap into collective energy and that type of thing. And it seems to really resonate with people, or whenever they find an episode like, oh my gosh, like that's exactly what I'm experiencing. So it's been also just kind of like therapy and accountability.
That's amazing. I think that the universe gives you and provides you what you need, right? And I think that if you're willing to speak it out into existence and believe and look for those signs, they're all around us.
As long as you're open to it, they're there.
It's so true. Like, my oldest friend, her name is Melissa, and she lives in Ohio, and I don't ever see her anymore. I catch up with her on Facebook and this and that. She's my oldest friend that I can remember. She's been on my mind. Her birthday's tomorrow. And she's been on my mind like crazy. And I was in my office today looking for something, and there I found a letter from her from 1985 that she wrote.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, oh, I need to read it, but I've literally just been on my mind like crazy. And it's so random that I picked this one drawer to go into in my office, open this one envelope, and in there was a letter from her. And
your intuition is on point right now. Then you should go play the lottery.
I'm like, yes, baby, right? It was so great. I was able to take a picture of it and was like, oh, she was talking about some boy going into 8th grade, right? I'm like, who is this boy, right? But it's a birthday tomorrow, so I gave it together. But like, it's that kind of a thing as far as the universe. And I think that goes into business and life and all of it. When you're either in it or you're out of it, right? You can see it or you can't see it.
Yeah, I was just talking to a colleague. She has her own podcast, and she's also, Emily and I have talked about what, are they synchronicities, or are they just coincidences? And some people choose to believe in synchronicities and signs, and some people choose to believe it's just a happy coincidence. Right. And what I was talking with my colleague about, and what she learned in her podcast, if life is as wonderful as you will allow it to be, full of wonderful, full of wonder rather. So it's not that neither is wrong. It's just a lot of us feel very carried by the signs and synchronicities. And that's just our differences in how we perceive life.
Yeah, I think the longer I'm alive, the less I believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
Agreed. Totally.
Yeah. Emily's signs that she sees a lot are feathers.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been a common topic. There's a collection of photos out there of all
Feather
the
gal.
feathers that appear in her path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, she takes pictures and sends them to me all the time. She's a feather girl too. So now I recognize them everywhere as well.
Oh,
Right?
Heather girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes it's evident that just like something, some circle of life event happened here. And
Something
there's,
got
like,
murdered.
there was a bird fight. But yeah, there'll be certain periods of time that I can look back on where it's just like, and they are usually, tougher phases of whatever I might be going through at that time. And I remember the first, when it started, I kind of, asked for something to, and it was the language I used. I said something to like lighten my energy, like to make me feel lighter. And I just started finding feather. And it would be like so obvious in the middle of a, popped up right in the middle of my path. Like no way around it. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a whole manifestation book out there, and I forget which color it is. I want to say it's like the blue feather method or something. And so I might be wrong about the color, might be silver. I don't know. But there's a book around this feather method of manifestation and learning how to ask for and receive signs. And so that is one of it. You read this passage in the book, and then you ask to see a feather, and then people see the feather.
Ooh, I want to do that. I want
yes.
that book. That's
So
a
I might
good
be
one.
off a beat on that, but if you Google it, I'm sure it'll come up like the method of the book. So yeah, someone
It's
shared that
similar
with
to spaghetti manifestation,
yeah.
right? You just order it and then you go on about your life.
It works though. Do you guys make vision boards?
Yeah,
I
I do. Yeah,
I
I've
have
had it before.
historically. I don't. It's not a. It's ever since I learned about the spaghetti manifestation method. That's kind of
Oh,
my
there's
jam
yours.
because there's
Yeah.
less of a ritual required around it. But
Okay, yeah, you don't like the ritual. I make
it's
them
not that I don't
make them
like
for-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe
Oh, you can
maybe
change your
I'm a
style
lazy
up.
manifester.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Hey, if you're good at it.
Manifesting on the go.
Yeah, whatever works for you works for you.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
one for home and for personal life, and I keep one at the office.
Love
I
it.
love it. Yeah.
Michelle is big on vision boards, and she would like make hers come true. So
Yeah,
I think it's
everything
probably
comes
like the
through on
learning
mine.
styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
It's just any method I think of
Yeah. The one I
bringing
actually
that
I
energy into
made
your life.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, in Emily's studio, I met her before I started working out with her. I went to someone's event, and I think we did vision boards there. And that one I created, it was right after I had one of the kids. And that one I found recently, and everything on that board was like it had already happened. So I'm like, dang it, I wish I paid attention to it.
I still do have a picture of a pewter colored Range Rover on the inside of my bookshelf here. That has not manifested yet, but it's there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
keep working on
It's
it.
there.
You'll get
We'll
there.
check back on that.
You get
It's
on
happening.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? I mean, yeah, this is our gosh. So we've been having the podcast for over 2 years, right?
2 years. It was 2 years in May.
Yeah, and like we're 115-ish episodes in. Yeah, we've covered it all, I think. I mean,
What's
and
one
we
of your
have so
big
much to go.
takeaways? Like, what's one of your big what keeps you coming back for it? Like what you were saying, accountability. Like that's a big
Yeah.
one. I mean, I need accountability in my life. I'm very goal oriented. Those things really work for me, you know. So I loved hearing accountability for you. What else is some of your takeaways that you guys have gotten from doing this?
It's like constructive fun. Because it's stuff that it's an excuse for us to like talk and also have fun and also work through and process some things that are happening every week. So it's always like timely. We're like, what's going on in your life? And it always seems to like sync up to something that we either divine in the I Ching or we've heard in a tarot reading. And we're like, we need to process through this. And it helps us to get to that, like process it, clear it, and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's like it's a great mandated, you know, sort of spiritual and emotional and mindful check-in every week, because it's easy for me to get so busy and go and you know, high achieving, and I'm lifting the weights and I'm taking the phone calls and I'm doing this and that, but it's you know, I know that stopping and journaling, stopping and doing the vision board, stopping and doing the meditations, you know, while I know all the ways that that is exponentially great for me, I don't always make the time to get those done. But I have carved this out as sacred time in, you know, in my schedule every week, and we get to kind of touch base in that way every single week. So yes, it's therapeutic and beneficial to both of us.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whoever we have on, it just like, so, you know, it just whatever they bring to the table is like, what? It's exactly what I needed to hear. The perfect person to have. We've met so many amazing people, and I think having a podcast in the manner that we're doing it is like, you know, it's like effortless collaboration, putting, you know, like putting minds together. You know, a lot of brilliant minds that we get to meet and learn their perspective and their what they're gifted at. And there's always a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love adding the third energy and kind of seeing what transpires
Mm-hmm.
when we have a guest, for sure. And you know, it's good, obviously, when we get feedback from people that something that we talked about, you know, translated or helped in some way. That's awesome. I think that that is at the core of both of our businesses. So you know, we definitely love that when we put our energy into something that it could maybe help somebody else. But I also think it's cool that even if nobody was listening to a particular episode, we both probably still got something from it,
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
from recording it. So
That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
really
yeah.
It's nice to have stuff out there live on forever that we're proud of.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're out there forever. There's people that find us, you know, years into the podcasting, especially now that we've hit that 100th episode. It really boosted us up in the rankings. So people will find us now and then they rabbit hole down into the earlier titles that we forgot about. But then I'll meet them and they say, "Oh my gosh, I'm listening to you and on the podcast and I know blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's so neat. Someone's benefiting and enjoys the conversation and desires to talk with us and connect with us more in the group or become a guest themselves." So we're like a non-exclusive club.
Yeah.
But the right people seem to be attracted and come in.
Yeah, and it's especially rewarding after 2 years, you know, because even though we do get something out of every episode just for having recorded it, you know, you sometimes when you just keep putting out content and keep putting out content and it feels like you're talking into a vacuum, you know, it's good to look back on 2 years of work and be like, damn, we did that. Like, and
Yeah.
and now it's actually, you know, because we put in the 2 years of work, it's actually, you know, gaining a little bit of traction. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's neat to be like to see when someone has like found I've found by accident people have shared our episodes on their social media. You know, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, wait, someone that's our episode they're talking about and they just shared it." So it's neat. It's neat to see, you know, that circulating out there.
I love that. I love that it's giving you guys, you know, like you talked about therapy, accountability, all of those wonderful things. And you're helping others, right? Like you said, I love when I go somewhere and you feel like they're speaking to me, right? Like you go and listen to somebody talk and you're like, I needed that, right? Like that's because you're open to it, right? And because like the universe and all of those wonderful things, you're in the vortex. not just the storms over your house, but the but the vortex of, listening to the universe or whatever it is that you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Exciting. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, thank you
you.
so much. Yeah, we're so happy to have you here. I think it's neat. Something that we'd like to do more often is to have people pop on, like yourself. That I'm so happy to know you like outside of this as well too. But just I hope that it gives you courage to start your own podcast. And I know we can talk more about this offline and everything, but it's really about being brave and courageous enough about getting your message out there and just keeping up the consistency. And if Emily and I can do it.
Yes, couple of air signs.
Yeah.
Couple of air signs made it consistent for 2 years. And yeah, like we were kind of touching on before we started recording, just taking that imperfect action.
That's what I was looking for. I was like,
you're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel like your voice sounds stupid, right? Recorded. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, like, why didn't somebody tell me I had something in my teeth, or whatever the thing is. But just and I there's another creator on Instagram who said it like this, and I was like, yeah. And she said, just do it ugly. She's like, I'm not calling you ugly, but if you're avoiding putting out the content because you're worried about what it looks like, or what people will think, or what people will say, or they're going to think it, just put it out there. Just do it ugly. And if it sucks, who cares? Gary Vee talks about this a lot. Just make content. If it sucks, it doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna, it'll not be seen, and move on to the next one. It's like constantly throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what works, see what doesn't. If we're lucky, maybe 20% of it'll stick, and kind of all you need is one
You
piece
just
to stick.
Reminded me of two of our best episodes, or like that have gotten the biggest traction. And the one of them was find your idiot, find your genius.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the thing that feels idiot to you. Like, everybody should know. They probably don't. It's just easy for you because that's your gift.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is the lucky girl syndrome. That one that's not our concept, by the way, but in terms of we were talking about manifesting and just a positive mindset. And, the biggest example on that is like, heading downtown to St. Petersburg, where there's never any parking, but you find that parking, just to make it happen. So just to believe and to ask yourself, why am I so lucky? And then everything shows up to show you, to demonstrate why you are.
You can also just relate everything back to spaghetti, because I realized I made 2 different spaghetti analogies.
You love spaghetti.
In the same. I do. I prefer gluten-free pasta, but I'm a spaghetti fan.
Yeah. Did you explain the spaghetti method? I know we talked about it on the episode, but
Right. Yeah. No. Simply put, manifesting. It's about treating manifesting like ordering spaghetti in a restaurant. You are direct and clear when you order what you want, but you don't micromanage it, right? You're not going to tell the server like, okay, I need you to make it like this, and that, you know what I mean? Like, micromanage how it gets from the kitchen to your plate. You're not going to put yourself on repeat. You're not going to tell the server 800 times, I want the spaghetti. I want the spaghetti. Okay. We got it. You're not going to add negativity to your manifestation, meaning like, okay, I don't want you to spit in my spaghetti. I want you to make sure that, you don't put any hepatitis in it or whatever. You're not saying a bunch of things that you don't want. You just order what you want, and then you go on about your life. You kind of forget about it. Basically, you're lighthearted with it, and then you have your conversation with your friends or your people or whatever, and don't obsess on it. You just have faith that your spaghetti is coming when it's ready, and go on about your business. You stay in the spaghetti restaurant. You don't leave and go to the taco truck and then expect to get spaghetti. So that's that, like, putting yourself in the energy of what you're trying to manifest. So if you're trying to manifest a podcast, but you never put yourself, you never record yourself saying anything, then it's going to be pretty tough to manifest that spaghetti. So that's basically the spaghetti manifestation.
Yeah. And then the spaghetti comes and you're like, oh, spaghetti. Like, I forgot I ordered the spaghetti because I was so involved talking to my friends.
Right.
And here it
exactly.
is.
And then you forget. Yeah. You're like, oh my God,
And it looks
forgot
amazing.
I manifested that. Right.
I love that.
Yeah. So
that really resonates. I mean, I'm a huge believer in manifesting. I mean, obviously I do vision boards and whatnot. And I tell my kids, the day goes the way you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you think your day's going to suck, your day's going to suck. I guarantee you by the time I talk to you that evening, your day's going to be awful because you're going to look at all the negative things of your day. But if you believe your day is going to be wonderful and you can, before our feet hit the ground, we talk about what we're grateful for and how our day's going to roll. And you see the positive in the day. And
exactly.
Those are simple things without even truly manifesting it on a different level, right? Just looking at the positive versus looking at the negative of the day truly dictates your day, I believe.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. I think your kiddos are lucky to start their day like that.
Thanks.
Very cool.
I'm trying really hard because I feel like we're fighting against so many things, like the social media, which is great for getting some words out, is really hard in other ways, right?
Yeah.
Like on the younger generations. And like, I feel like I'm fighting against so many other things. So I feel like if I can teach them at an early age that they can manifest and they can make their days and they can bring the good to them earlier, that's kind of been the trick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your lives are very successful, and I assume that they're based on a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Based on you being not only the powerful women that you are, but also because you believe.
Yeah, I think, that would be good to have you come back at some point because we're all moms. I think we're all of an older age group moms too when we started having our children.
Yes.
I think that's a unique experience in itself. Like we kind of put our self-development and business ahead of that. But I think the way that Emily too, Meredith is the one who told me like, hey, in your S Corp, hire your children. I mean, there's so much there, so much depth that we could have you come back and talk about that, like, extension of the children that we have in our lives and what we can do to set them up to carry on legacy and to be successful. And just they're still going to have challenges and, but maybe just, the discussion around equipping our children to be able to have more clarity and navigating life in a different way than what they're seeing in social media and so on and so forth.
I love that.
So yeah, we'll have to put that on the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, well, Meredith, I don't know if you're active on Facebook, but we invited you to join inside of our closed and private Facebook group.
Okay.
So you can join us in there and interact.
I'll do it
now. Some of our other listeners. And inside of that group, we love to hear people's experiences related to the topics or ideas that they have or ways that we can collaborate people together to form little subgroups, so on and so forth. But it's an interesting group. We invite our listeners to join us there and let's continue that discussion. I think this was a good, interesting Ask Us Anything. We covered a breadth of topics and it made me have really good memories of when we first started out. So thank you, Meredith, for joining us in that.
Yes.
Any last words, Emily?
Go Tigers. No, I don't think so.
I'm making eye contact with your leopard behind you, by the way, like when I'm talking to you.
Yeah. She's my spirit animal.
Yes.
One of them.
Yeah.
I feel that. I'm feeling that from you.
Yeah. With the glasses and everything. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She just needs your perfect arms, too. Your arms are like so beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Lift weights, ladies.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
my need. Yeah,
Thank you,
get it,
Meredith.
girl.
Yeah. You need to visit Emily at her at the studio, her gym, and
I
see
got a
that.
good shoulder pump today, so I'm kind of cheating there.
Yes. Yeah. Her favorite place or her favorite body part to work out is the butt, but arms
true.
are just, yeah.
But I like to
Arms
put
are
little
good.
glutes on my shoulders.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. It looks good in sundresses and stuff. Well,
Mhm.
anyways, ladies, it's been fun. I feel very much healed in our discussion. And Meredith, hang on after this. We'll wrap it up. And guys, thank you for joining us today. We're grateful for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And please leave us a comment, review, and share with us your questions for next time. We'll talk to you in 5.
Talk to you in 5. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment. Mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.